Hello again for set number, I don't know because I've lost count. This first song was suggested by Ryan Freeberg. I'm pretty sure I got that right. And again, it was one of those like, why haven't I done this song yet? But I also, once I found it, was like, oh, maybe I wasn't ready for this one until now. It's not necessarily hard chords. There are a couple new ones. Well, only one. Or wait, two? Have I done B minor 7 for y'all yet? I don't recall. But one or two. One of them I made up and then found what it actually was. Neat trick. Real quick aside for anyone who is doing what I'm doing. If you happen to come across a chord, you're just messing around and you're like, man, it would be so much easier if I could play that instead of G in this particular case, just because of the next chord that you're transitioning to, and you're like, I wonder what that chord is. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you can pull up your tuner and play the chord and it'll show you what that is. So that's what happened with this. I played the chord, it told me it was, I think it said G2, so I searched, just Googled ukulele G2 chord, and ended up G2 by itself I don't think is a thing, but G sus2 is, and it's this, which when generally you would also include this third finger. So it sounds a lot different, but there are some cases in which it actually still fits. So most of the time in this song, it's a lot of G's, but there were like a few occasions where I could cheat and do a G sus2 instead. So I'm like, yay, I taught myself a new chord. I did that with F2. That's how I found that one, was I was just like, what is this? And I played it for my thing and it said F2 and I looked it up, sure enough. So yeah, just another trick for anyone out there who may also be interested in learning ukulele. Because once again, I still haven't found like a complete list of all the chords. I haven't really been looking because I look for them when I have to right now. I think that's been good enough. I should probably start like bookmarking sites where I actually find the ones that I look for so I can find other ones on there, but whatever. I'm having too much fun just learning songs right now, so that's what I'm going to keep doing. But the Rainbow Connection, obviously, another all-time favorite. And this is literally the song that I sing in my head to make myself fall asleep every night. So I don't sing it out loud very often, but I know all the words and the tune, obviously. But it's, instead of counting sheep or whatever helps you, I sing the verses of this song. And I usually can remember the next day, like how far I got. And if I only got to the first or second verse, that means I fell asleep really fast. If I got all the way to the third verse and then I had to like go back and do the second verse again, that means it took me a little longer that night. And sometimes other songs will try to invade. They'll literally, it's like a radio station up here almost all the time. And another song, especially if it's one I've played recently that's just on the brain, it will literally like change the station and start playing that song, and I'm just like, no, I have to like literally like shake my head, get it out, just bye. I'm not here for you right now. I'm here for the Rainbow Connection. So this is more the Carpenters version, which I like the Carpenters version better. I'm sorry, Muppet fans, like that they were slightly before my generation. Like I definitely did watch the Muppets growing up. I'm not saying I wasn't exposed to them at all, but that was more my brother's generation, so a few years older than me. And I like Kermit's version just fine. It's adorable, but I really like Karen Carpenter's version better. But I did leave in the little la-di-da for the Muppets fans out there for the ending. So if it sounds a little different, some of the words are a little different, that's why. It's because I'm doing more the Carpenters version. Okay, I think that's all I need to say. Let's do this. And there are a lot of chord changes, I will warn you. So any screw ups, I'm gonna blame it on that. and a lot of G's. So you know how much I love G, and switching to and from it from all over the place. Whatever, it'll be fine. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know that's what I get for looking at the camera on an easy chord and not looking to see what the next chord is. I'm not going to start all over. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that wishes would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Someone thought of that, and someone believed it, and look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing, and what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been sleeping, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that called the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La-dee-da-dee-da-da-dum. My voice clearly was not warmed up enough for that. Hi, me. Sorry, that was really bad. Lovers, the dreamers, and me. Just wanted to prove I could hit that note and it not sound terrible. I kind of forgot that I changed the chord there to go with that. The original version I had did not have that, and then I listened back to the Carpenters version just to make sure I wasn't forgetting anything, and then I was like, oh right, she goes high on that note, so I had to change the chord to match it, and then I forgot that I did it, even though I made a notation for myself. There's a little up arrow saying me. I just realized it a little too last minute. I did practice all of the 3 songs I'm going to try to do today before coming up here, but I didn't sing. I just practiced the playing part because I don't want to wear out my voice, but then I do stupid stuff like that. I'm sorry. That was a bit of a mess. I had to start over a few times in there. At the end, I'll do it again. How about that? So those of you who don't care can just stop this one, go on to the next, whatever. Although what were the stories I was gonna say real quick about this song? Oh, I have 2 stories with this song. One was at my friends Miles and Marie's wedding. This was actually the song that Marie danced to with her dad, which was the cutest dang thing. I was like not expecting that at all. Like, I guess this was just a special song between her and her dad. And because I think especially back then I was in like a massive Carpenters phase where that's like all I listened to every morning when I took a shower. I just had it shuffle on Carpenters. And was that? Well, that was also before we moved here. Okay. Real quick aside. I was trying, you remember I said in my last Carpenters song, Close to You, that I always envied Karen Carpenter's alto voice and wished I could hit those low notes well. And what I did to try to help my voice do that, because I wasn't like going to go to a vocal coach or anything. I didn't care that much. Although I probably should someday because I could use some help. I just put it on Carpenters and would just sing along. And like some days I could hit them, some days I couldn't. But it got me at least practicing more singing low notes and trying to match her. And, you know, some of the notes I'll never be able to sing because she goes really low in a few spots of a few songs. But I swear that I did lower my voice because I did that for like at least a year or more. Yeah, that was before we moved here to Raleigh. I remember distinctly just playing Carpenters every morning when I took a shower and singing along to all of her songs, their songs, sorry, but to her voice. And yeah, so okay, back to the wedding. So when the song came on at the wedding, and it was the Muppets version, but I thought they were the same. So I am singing along. I think I'd had a little too much to drink, so I was probably singing a little louder than I should have been. And sorry to Miles and Marie and anyone else who was at that wedding. I think I was kind of belting it out because I think my husband gave me a look at one point like, maybe you shouldn't sing so loud, Katie. But I was just so happy that this was their song and I loved this song. So I was just singing along. But then it like got to the part where it was different and I was just like, wait, what? La-di-da-di-da-di-da. I mean, it was fine. But maybe it wasn't my husband. Maybe it was somebody else gave me not like a nasty look, but just like a little like, oops. A little look. So I apologize. I don't really drink anymore, so I don't foresee myself belting this out at any more weddings. But that happened. And second story is just funny and adorable, and it was just, again, one of those things that will probably always stick with me. At last year's LeakyCon in Boston, the MuggleCast crew was having a get-together at a restaurant, and it was a whole kerfuffle. Like, more people showed up than were expected, and whatever. It was fine. Like, we all were not upset. We were just like, hey, we get to spend more time with our friends and hang out with the Muggle boys. This was before Laura joined them back again. And Eric came over to our table at one point, and I don't even remember what got us on this song, and he just started reciting it like a poem, and he knew every single word, and I was just beside myself. It was just kind of out of nowhere and adorable, and yeah, it's just one of those things, Eric, that I will never forget, though. It was so cute. I think we even like went back and forth on a few of the lines, but it was mostly him just reciting the whole thing word for word. It was fantastic. So everyone who loves this song and knows it well, you're cool with me, because it's a great song. But I think I am going to try to do it again, because I messed up a few too many times for my liking. So again, feel free to skip this. This is only for myself. But if you want to see if I can do it any better a second time, also feel free to stick around. I'm gonna try that note one more time before I do. Lovers, the dreamers, and me. It is a bit early for that note, but whatever. I'm hitting it better than I did the first time, so good enough. Ugh, my hands are getting sweaty again. Just this one. It's always just this one. And no, I didn't bring baby powder up, even though I keep swearing I'm going to do that. I'm also scared I'm going to just get it on everything if I do that. And if I put it on my hand before I come up, I don't think it will stay. Maybe I'll try that next time. But I also don't want to get, like, the fretboard up here all gross and dirty with baby powder. Anyway, if any of you have tricks out there that don't involve something that would dirty up the fretboard, let me know. And in the winter time, this probably won't be an issue, but during the summer when it's a little warm up here, yeah. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing. And rainbows have nothing to hide. So, oh my god! One more time. One more time. Maybe I need to, like, I don't want to make these things longer, though, because this is already 3 pages long. And if I make the text bigger, they're going to be longer. Or maybe I need to put less space in between the chords and the words. I might try that. Because I swear part of it is just, it's kind of small, and my vision's not perfect. So I saw there's an E minor. I thought it said A minor, which is what I played, and was so wrong. Getting old, you guys. Anyway. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. heard and answered when wished on the morning star. Someone thought of that, and someone believed it, and look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing, and what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me, all of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been sleeping, and have you heard voices? I've heard them call. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to do something different with this verse. I just remembered I did this when I was practicing it another time. I know, this is a just royal mess, but whatever. Have you been sleeping, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that called the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. That doesn't really work. Voice might be one and the same. I've heard it. Now my voice is just because I'm laughing. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La, la, dee, da, dee, da, 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 yeah, I'm not ready for this song yet, but you know what? I'm probably going to post this anyway because that was funny. That was something. I'll just say that. Like, the E minors all started looking like A minors to me. Clearly when I have a song that has a bunch of A minors and E minors, I need to like delineate one or the other, probably the E minors, like put a line under it just to remind myself it's not an A minor. And it's not like A and E look anything alike. It's just, I think my brain is hoping it's an A minor because that's just one little finger on one little string. Whereas E minor can either be this which is hard enough on its own, just moving down there, or it can be all three. I did the simpler version this one, but oh, the new chord, other than that, G sustained, I think is what it stands for too. B minor 7. That's this funny one. If you see me doing this, okay. Which, hold on, this paper's in the way. I want y'all to see exactly what I'm doing with my fingers here. I'm literally stacking them to press down hard enough to do this chord. And for those of you Neverending Story fanatics like me, what does that remind you of? You know what I'm talking about at the beginning of the movie. Unicorns. They were unicorns. But yeah, like, you're supposed to play that with just your first finger, which, again, you can stack. Whoa. This thing does not mirror itself, so I'm always going the wrong direction. You can still stack 3 fingers on top of each other. I mean, 4 if you... There we go. Now I'm pretty much doing the unicorn thing. So there's the unicorn chord. Watch the Neverending Story if you don't know what I'm talking about. For me, it feels better to do it with the second finger. But yeah, just stack on top, pressing down to get all 4 strings that you're pressing down on to get that to actually ring out. Yeah. So, but that one's, it's not actually hard. It's just a matter of putting enough pressure down. It doesn't hurt. It's just, you gotta make sure all strings are being actually pressed down equally. But it was just a new one. But that one's actually pretty easy to transfer on and off of from other chords. Wow, this video is super long now. Nobody's gonna want to watch this. I'm sorry. But I'm going to stop now because I don't think I have anything else to say. Any other ridiculous stories? Other than this video, it is a ridiculous story of its own, so I can add it to my list of ridiculous Rainbow Connection stories. Those of you who stuck around long enough to hear all of this, wow, you must really love me. I love you too. Yeah, what I was trying to do with that third verse was sing it in harmony. I mean, those of you who know music know exactly what I was doing. But I did that on a whim one day when I was practicing it, and then I was like, ooh, that sounds kind of cool. I should do that for real when I play it. And then I keep forgetting to do it. I need to, again, asterisk, sing harmony or something. Because, yeah, you can... I mean, I know it's easier for me just because I know harmonies. I'm not like an amazing master at harmonies or anything, but if I know a harmony, I can sing it while someone else is singing a melody and stay on my notes. My mom taught me how to do that when I was a very small child, thankfully. I mean, obviously I struggled with it at first, but she would sing quietly enough that I could concentrate on she was singing the harmony. What am I talking about? She was singing the harmony, but it helped me to sing the melody and hear someone else singing something different and me still stay on the melody. And yeah, there were times where my voice would start singing along with her, but she would just like sing a little quieter and let me get back on track. It was a song we did in church. I can't remember the title of it. It was a Sandy Patty song, I'm pretty sure. So I got started with harmonies at an early age, being able to differentiate the two, being able to stay on one or the other. I can't always just pick out a harmony. Some songs especially are really hard to harmonize to. And there are some songs where there are harmonies and I listen to it and I'm like, what are they singing? And I'll like try to sing along with it and they're really complicated. So they're clearly they're doing a funky, really cool harmony, and I'm not quite talented enough yet to be able to just immediately start singing along with them. I have to like listen really hard and sing really loud to try to match them, and it's a thing. I'm just gonna sing that one verse one more time because I'm here and this is already like 30 minutes long, so why not? Have you been sleeping and have you heard Okay, so for those of you who know the song and know the melody, sing the melody along with me singing this and see if you can do it. That's my challenge to you. If you want to learn how to sing harmonies or sing with someone else who is singing harmonies, because like if I try to start singing a harmony with Adam while he's singing a melody, it completely throws him off track. It's adorable. That's just not a skill he ever developed. But I challenge any of you who have never tried it before to sing the regular melody. Like you can like put the volume down on me, if that helps, and see if you can do it, and then keep raising the volume back up until we're singing like the equal volume. And if you can do it, then you're on your way to Melody Land. As I play a horrible note. That's definitely not a chord. Because that's dissonant AF. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I promise the other two will not be this long. And if any of you are still watching, why are you still here? I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Y'all are adorable. I love you. And bye.